In this session, we'll see the problems on FEA lab. This is a given problem for a cantilever beam loaded as shown in figure. Determine SFD, BMD, bending stress, and also find deflections. Take Young's modulus is equals to 200 GPa. And the UDL, this is a cantilever beam subjected to UDL, uniformly distributed load of 2 kN per meter, with the length of the span as 1 meter, and cross sections of the beam is 50 mm into 50 mm. Start. Okay, now we'll see how to solve this problem using ANSYS. So I'll go to preferences, I'll select structural analysis, click on OK, then go to preprocessor, element type, add, so select beam element, click on OK, close this. Now that beam element will be displayed here, close it. We need not to define real constant, and again this depends on the version you are using. Since I am using 14.0, in 14.0 you need not to mention real constants. Material properties, material models, structural, linear, elastic, isotropic. So now I will enter Young's modulus, which is 200 GPa, and by default Poisson's ratio will be taken as 0.3. So now that material properties whatever I have entered will be displayed here. Close it. Now go to sections, beam section, common section. Now you can select the type of cross section, whatever the cross section you need. Since we have a square cross section, I will select this cross section, and you can see B and H here. So you can enter the values of B and H, so which is 50 mm by 50 mm dimensions. I'll enter OK. Now I'll go to modeling, create. So you can create element using either key points or node, it is left to you. So now I will go with key points. If I go to key points in active coordinate system, key point 1, the coordinates for key point 1 is 0, 0. So I'll enter, this is x coordinate, this is y coordinate, this is z, so we don't need any z. So x is 0, y is 0, click on apply. You can observe key point 1 will be created here. So key point 2, length of the span is 1000. You can observe this. Click on OK. Now key point 2 will be created. So once you create a key point, you need to create a line. So I'll go to line, straight line again, select key point 1 and key point 2, click on OK. Now the line is created. So once you create a model, you need to mesh the model. That means to say we need to divide this model into equal number of parts for analysis. So that is called meshing, discretizing the model. So I'll go to meshing, mesh tool. Since I have created a line, I need to set the line first now. I'll set the line. You can see here lines, set the line. Select this line. I need to discretize this line. Click on apply. So element edge length, you need not to give any element edge length, and number of divisions, it is on your choice. So I given 100 elements here. How many number of elements you give? Okay, if you give higher number of divisions, so accuracy of the result will be high. So that means whenever you are comparing this with the analytical solution, so I given 100 divisions for now. Click on OK. So you can see now it is not totally meshed. So if you want to understand that if this line is meshed, this command has to go. Again go to mesh tool, select mesh. Now you can see this command menu, pick or enter lines to be meshed. Now we need to mesh this particular line. So I'll select pick all. So now you can see that M command disappears. That means to say this line is totally meshed now. Then go back to loads, define loads, apply. So this is a structural member whatever we have considered. So we need to apply displacement. First we need to constrain this displacements on key points. If you are created an object using key points, you have to apply constraints onto key points. If you have done it with nodes, you have to apply constraints onto nodes. So since we have done it through key points, I will constrain key points now on key point. Select key point 1, apply. It has to be fixed in all degrees of freedom. okay. Then so since it is a beam and the beam is subjected to UDL, uniformly distributed load, so it comes as a pressure because it will be applied on an area. So I'll select pressure on beam. In order to apply UDL, we need to select pressure on beams, okay. Now we need to apply pressure onto this entire beam. So since we have already divided this into 100 sub parts, instead of selecting individual parts, you can directly select pick all, okay, and you can give the load key. Load key is nothing but number of divisions that will take. That means this is node I, node J. We have divided it into 100 parts, so each part will have 2 node keys. So that is the reason why I will give it as 2, and the load value is 2 kilonewton per meter, since all the loads will be taken in terms of Newton and all the dimensions in mm. So kilonewton per meter will get cancels out. So finally we'll have 2 at node I, 2 at node J. That means to say, even at this point, uniformly distributed load of 2 Newton per mm, and even at this point 2 Newton per mm. Similarly, there are 100 such parts here, and all those parts an equal load of 2 will be applied. So if I click on OK, you can observe this is a UDL, okay. You can close this command menu. Now that you can observe on 100 divisions. So if you split this, okay, 1, here it will be 2, here it will be 2, like that. So now we have applied loads. We need to solve this problem. Go to solution, solve current LS. So the problem is solved, but still we are not able to see the results. So for that we need to go for general post processor, okay. Go to general post processor. So in order to view the solutions, we need to define certain tables, certain codes and all. So element table, define table, add. So here select by sequence number. SMIC is a code which is used to generate shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. 3, combination of few numbers 3, 6, 16 and 19 for generating again the same SFD and BMD. So I will define that first. 3, 6, apply, 16, apply, 19, apply. So now you can see all those have been displayed here, 3, 6, 16, 19. These are for generating SFD and BMD. So we need to obtain bending stress also. So again go to by sequence number, LS, LS1. This is for obtaining bending stress. Click on OK. Now it all have been defined here. Close this. And in order to view the results, go to plot results, deformed shape, deform plus undeform. So this is a value of deflection. You can cross check this value with the analytical solution that you have obtained. Okay, this is a deflection value. And if you want to view the bending stress, okay, you can go to deformed shape, contour plot, line element results. So element table at I, change both these values to at I and J as LS1, LS1. So this is for obtaining bending stress. Click on OK. Now this is the value of bending stress. Forget about the sign, 47.5224, and this is a bending stress that we have obtained. Again, you can cross check this with the analytical solution you have obtained. Similarly, in order to view SFD and BMD, combination of 3 and 16 for obtaining bending moment diagram. And this is a value of bending moment diagram. Sorry, this is bending moment. Again, you can cross check this with analytical solutions. This is a bending moment diagram that is obtained. Again, line element, and if you change this combination to 6 and 19, you will obtain shear force diagram. Again, you have to forget about the sign here. So it means to say it will be obtained in the reverse direction. So it will be above. So it has to be plus. Okay. So now this is a shear force diagram. Thank you.